Atlas checking out the new boys. Hey Pokey, he looks like he could be your brother. Alright, so that went pretty well. Just checking out your new home. Hey guys, Chad with New England Homesteaders here. I don't even know what day it is. It's lunchtime. It's Friday. Must be like April 4th, I think. And as usual, you hear from me all the time. It's been a long time since I made a video. Not a long time since I shot a video, but a long time since I've edited and uploaded a video. But check out those new sheep. So we went and got some new sheep on Saturday, a week ago. And we picked up some new ewes and 3 new rams. I just wanted to give you an update because we've got ourselves in a little bit of dilemma. I think we got it worked out, but I wanted to talk to you about tough decisions we got to make on the farm. But check this out. You guys have seen some videos in the past, but this is Preston. Hey boy. And as you can see, he's doing much better with the goats. They're not terrified from him, or terrified of him. And for the most part, he's pretty good with them. I've been leaving him alone for really short periods of time, unsupervised. And he'll chase them around just a little bit, trying to play with them, or kind of like run with them. And then they run and he gets excited. But they're used to him kind of pawing on him or kind of climbing on him to wrestle. As long as he doesn't nip at their ears or their tail, they seem pretty good with him. So I got to do a big update video because there's so much that's gone on over the winter, and now we're heading into spring finally. Updates on bees and chickens. We've got 84 eggs in incubators right now, so somewhere around the 21st or 22nd of April we'll be hatching those eggs. We've got 6 sheep that are pregnant, so we should have probably 10 or 12 lambs on the ground in May. We got our new boys. So today I wanted to talk about sheep. So let's go take a quick peek at the new girls. And then we'll grab Preston and we'll go visit the boys. So here's our girls. Here's the 2 new ones. This one on the right, the darker brown one here, is actually Atlas's daughter, our ram. So he sired several lambs his first year that he was bred back in fall of 2017. And then we bred him to all 6 of these girls. Here's Baby Bit. Baby, how you doing? Oh, tail wagging. So a couple weeks ago, we moved the boys back down to Boys Club. And so that's let us come back in here and spend a lot more time with the girls. And they certainly just eat this right up. So then here's little Clarice. And here's Baba. You can see how wide they're looking. Here's Baby Bit looking really wide. Look at that. That's a pregnant sheep right there. And then this one. And who is this right here? I think this is Sienna. And then this is Willow. Hey girls. How you doing, huh? So we're so excited for lambs. And then our 2 little ones here. This is Clarice with her back to me. And then that's Misty over there. And so they are yearlings. Their birthday is coming up. They were born in either May or June. And so usually their first year they're only going to have a single, and there's a chance that they got bred a little later than these girls, so they could end up lambing later in May or June. So that's why they don't look as big as the other ones. But I don't know, we still have 3 or 4 weeks to go. April 27th, 28th would be the earliest that anybody's going to lamb if they got bred December 1st, which is the first day that we put the boys in with them. The boys spent 4 months with the girls. So everybody should be pregnant. So we're super excited for lambs. This is our first year with lambs. The reason we bought the other 2 girls is because we want to breed them in June or July so that we'll have some lambs ready for Easter of 2020. So some of you may or may not know that we have a Instagram page as well, so you can look us up and follow us there. We started a legit farm business, Life and Liberty Farm, so you can look us up. We registered a domain name. It's lifeandlibertyfarm.us. Don't have the website built yet. We just haven't had time. But we do have an Instagram account, and I'm much better about putting uploads on Instagram once or twice a day than I am here on YouTube. So if you follow along with us, you can certainly check in to Instagram and see that we are okay and we're still crazy busy and there's stuff going on the farm every day. Forgot to get Preston. Let's grab Preston real quick and we'll go down and see the boys and talk about our dilemma. So we were planning on getting another ram this year anyway. So our breeder has a new bloodline she brought in last year that's a really nice solid ram that is super fast growing for meat and really beautiful form. And so we decided that we would add a second ram, so if we were going to keep any of Atlas's daughters, we could breed the new ram to them. All right, not always easy to grab Preston and get him on the leash. Hey boy, are you a good boy? Can you sit? Oh, there's a good boy. How about a treat? You want a treat? Oh, good boy. Good boy. So he is learning fast and doing great. You can see the girls, if we take a peek at the girls here, they are still a bit nervous about him. The other day I had him off leash and he was doing great, and then he snuck under the gate and ran the sheep in circles around their barn a little bit. So they don't know what he is, but now they know that he's gotten through the fence a couple times, so they're kind of nervous about him now. If he's out and really running around, they kind of move over to that side of their shelter, their little pen. But anyway, so we were planning on getting this additional ram. Actually, even before we knew about this new bloodline, we had planned on getting, come on, let's go. We had planned on getting this gunmetal colored ram from her that I'm going to show you in a second. And we went ahead and picked him up the other day. But since then we've learned about this new bloodline, so we're probably going to get one of those this summer. But when we asked if she had any open ewes available that we could pick up and breed this year in June or July so we could get Easter rams, she said she had a couple, and she even had some leftover meat rams that she could sell us. So we went and saw them and picked them up too. And now the dilemma, because she had kept all 3 of those obviously for a reason, because they were all worthy of breeding. So that adds a whole other element. And let me tell you, I've been pretty good in most of my life making sound decisions that are important or financial. What's the matter, boy? Huh? You okay? Making sound decisions that, you know, require logical or rational thinking without letting emotions cloud your judgment or get in the way. But now, this whole farming thing, we've got these beautiful animals, and that just complicates everything. So anyway, let's take a look at these boys that we got. So, Preston, can you sit? Sit. Right here. Sit. That's a good boy. Good boy. So, here we have Gunmetal Boy. And he is going to be a year old. And he's got really good shedding characteristics. These are hair sheep. These are Katahdins. So they shed. You don't have to shear them. And he has really good shedding characteristics, and he's got a really nice color and comes from a decent bloodline. And he was going to be our next ram. But then we also picked up this one right here. And he also is only going to be a year old, but he is just beautiful. His frame is very different from the other one. His legs, he's just a much bigger solid frame. And even though he's barely a year old. He is almost as tall as both Atlas and Pokey, so he is definitely a good choice. And then if we move over here, we can take a look at the black one. And the black one is beautiful, black and white. He's got this kind of washed up 80s rocker look to him. He's got sort of this mullet beard thing going on. Names have already been proposed for him, whether it be like Ace or Osborne or something like that. But they're all super calm, and as you can see, they all pretty much like the puppy, and this one comes to see him all the time. He and Preston are rubbing noses, and Preston is eating, come on, get up, sheep poop. You can see he treats them like they are, like, I don't know, Whoppers or Raisinets or something. Leave it, come on, you crazy, let's go. Come on, get up. Come on. So anyway, so we got all the boys together, and there was a little bit of jostling, as you saw in the beginning. That was just minutes after we introduced them, but they all get along great now, which is pretty impressive. We've got 4 uncut rams in here, and then Pokey, the big teddy bear wether, who acts as sort of the mediator sometimes, which is pretty funny. But so they're all getting along. But our dilemma, come on Preston, let's go. Come on. We'll go sit over here on the side of the hill. It's finally nice today. It is maybe about 40, maybe just a little bit warmer, but there's no wind, so it's really finally nice to be outside. It's been so windy and cold the last couple days. Coming on the heels of the other day, I think it was almost 60 plus degrees, and then the next morning it was 20 and snowing. Come on, let's go. Come on. So our dilemma is that come. Let's go, Preston. Come on. Taking his sweet time, checking everything out. Our dilemma is that we planned on picking up 3 meat sheep. Got one of them sold already. Could probably sell half of one of the other ones, and then we were going to butcher a whole one and have it vacuum shrink wrapped to sell retail cuts for our business. Come on, let's go. So we pick up these 3 animals and find out that they actually are registerable purebred breeding animals. They could be. And so of course we fall in love with all of them. We love the gunmetal one. We love the black and white colors on that one. And then, all right, so Preston's gonna just chill out right here. So we will just sit down right here and chat for a minute. So we love the black and white one, the colors, but the white one is just super calm and nice, and he's big. He's much bigger than the other ones, and based on the fact that he's only about 10 or 11 months old and he's already as tall as Atlas and Pokey, he's probably going to be a pretty sizable ram. So couldn't really see sending all 3 of them to the butcher. There's going to be so much meat. We don't really need more than 1 whole one retail cuts, and then this 3rd one, the big white one, would be so much meat. He would probably dress out at maybe even about 80 pounds or something, or more. So, hi, what are you doing? He's a lap puppy right now, but he's going to be about 140 pounds. So it'll be interesting as he gets older. But he's just a super nice dog and very calm. Now we just need to get the sheep used to him. We're getting a couple of baby goats in a couple of weeks. If you follow us on Instagram or go look up Instagram, you'll see that. And then with all the lambs, so we should get him interested, or get them all used to him, and have him learn pretty quickly that baby goats and baby sheep are not chew toys. Anyway, so we couldn't really see butchering all 3 of those, so we made a decision to keep the white one. So we're gonna go ahead and register the white one, and we're gonna breed him to the 2 girls that we just got. And then those lambs will be born in November or December, and we're gonna compare them to Atlas's rams, which should be 10 or 12. So we'll have a comparison anyway. Those new girls will likely, well, they could have twins. They're over a year old already, so hopefully we'll get 4, so we have a little bit bigger set of stats to compare them to Atlas's girls. And then we'll make a decision, because we're going to be getting the new ram lamb from the super bloodline in probably July. So then we'll be back to making a decision again in the fall, in, well, maybe winter time, probably like January, after we've had a chance to see how the new white one's babies are. And then we'll end up having to sell either the white one or not. I mean, once we've bred him, if we like the babies, I really don't want to send him to freezer camp. So we'll just have to see how it all plays out. But this is something that, you know, an aspect of farming where this whole emotional aspect comes into it that we didn't really even think of. It costs probably just in hay, so if we don't have solid pastures, we're still working on pastures. Last year was our first year that we planted grass out here, and you can see behind me, decent grass came in last year. I'm getting ready to lime and fertilize and overseed everything, and we're going to keep all the animals off of it until probably after Memorial Day. So hopefully it comes in and we have some decent grass to feed all the animals. We're going to set up electric fences that I can run the portable, movable netting between, so we can rotationally graze them, which is super beneficial for the grass and also beneficial for the sheep and the goats, because we can work on breaking the parasite cycles that can happen if you overgraze or keep them on a pasture too long. But so barring that, if you don't have decent grass, then you're feeding hay. And hay for one of these animals is about $1 a day. So it just logically and financially doesn't make sense. And certainly the emotions get in the way, and you want to keep these beautiful animals, and you don't want to necessarily eat all of them. I mean, they're food, and that's the point. But when it comes like to the black and white one, as cool as he is, you don't eat them because they're colorful or not. And as cool as colors are, it doesn't really matter. It's more about meat production. That's the reason we're growing sheep. That's what the reason we're kind of dabbling in becoming local lamb producers. So it's about meat, not about color. So for him, unfortunately, and for the smaller gunmetal colored one, they're probably going to go to the butcher in the next couple of weeks, because we just can't afford, well, it doesn't make sense to feed them. You know, you say, well, maybe we keep them and maybe we'll breed them, but at $1 a day for one of those animals, 30, 60, 90, so you add in $100 into that animal in the next 90 days, and there is no return. So then he's over a year old, so he's not truly lamb anymore. Lamb is basically any animal that's under a year old. So for some of these guys that are going to dress out at right now probably 60, 65 pounds, lamb locally here hanging weight is going for $9 or $10 a pound. So that's $500, $600, maybe even $700 worth of meat for one of these animals. You know, versus what we paid for him and keeping him for 6 months and dumping another couple $100 into him. And as a proven registered breeder, like these guys are, where they're not champions or show animals or anything like that, they really are only worth about $500. So it just doesn't make sense. So hope that all makes sense to you guys. I just wanted to share sort of the kind of the unexpected situation we found ourselves in when we picked up these 3 beautiful animals that we pretty much just thought were going to head right to the butcher for meat. So the decision's been made. We're going to keep the white one. We'll come up with a cool name for him, breed him to the 2 new girls, which we'll also name, and end up with tons of babies in May, and hopefully another 4 lambs or so in November, December, and we'll have lambs available for Easter. So hope you enjoyed that. Just wanted to get that out since it's sort of timely, and I usually end up shooting videos and don't get them edited and uploaded, and then it's too late and so much other stuff has happened that it doesn't make sense to upload those anymore. So I will get a kind of winter spring update on everything that we did through the winter, all the changes that are happening, and the challenges that we faced, and things that worked really well and things that didn't. And I'll try to get that video shot this weekend, but we'll see if I can make that happen. for now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Check us out on Instagram, Life and Liberty Farm. And we started a Facebook page too, is Life and Liberty Farm. I think it's New Hampshire, something like that. Or maybe that's the Instagram page, Life and Liberty Farm _ New Hampshire, NH. And check us out on Facebook too. And we're gonna have a lot of stuff going on. We're gonna have baby chicks for sale. We can sell hatching eggs. We'll have live lambs for sale to raise on your own for meat or to buy for registered breeding stock. We'll have retail lamb cuts available. Hatching chicks, hopefully we end up with 50 or 60 chicks. Those are all heritage breed mixed birds. I'll get into that detail in the next video, why we've chosen the birds that we have for our flock. And check us out, let us know if you have any questions, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.